everyone, my name is 𝗕𝗲𝘆ście_𝘵𝗵. Join me as we learn and unlearn things and make new discoveries. This is AnDiscoveries.
And the comma goes to
AnDiscoveries.
In today's episode, we are going to discover a vessel nestled here on top of Barangay Lusaran in Cebu City that has been a thriving ecosystem for sustainable farming practices. Inspired by Noah's Ark that carried animals to safety, this ark-shaped rain shelter that we are about to visit has been a sanctuary for a diverse variety of crops that both serves the community and addresses the challenges of food scarcity. Join me on board Arka.Asia.
It's undeniable that the cost of essentials in the country has been increasing at an alarming rate. The impact of inflation is felt most acutely in our wallets and dining tables, according to the Philippine Statistics Authority 7. The headline inflation rate in the province of Cebu accelerated to 2.3% in May 2024, and this is even higher for the bottom 30% income households. PSA 7 adds that the main causes of food inflation in Central Visayas recently are the increases in prices of cereal products as well as vegetables. This has been aggravated by the effects of the El Niño phenomenon, and La Niña taking its place is not helping either.
Based on data, 22% pa atong sufficiency, so need gyud og hard work para atong masakaan ang atong self-sufficiency sa Region 7.
The country's continued reliance on food imports, especially staples, has also kept us vulnerable to price shocks, artificial shortages, and procurement manipulations, according to the World Food Program. But why is there food shortage in a country rich in both agricultural resources and skills? Arka.Asia was born to answer this question, which was inspired by the story of Noah's Ark that saved humanity. Our AnDiscoveries team visited this farm village of hope, which was more than an hour drive from the city, plus a kilometer-long hike to the Laguna Ferme de Cebu farm in Barangay Lusaran. As for me, I took the opportunity to experience a balsa ride, or a wooden sled pulled by a carabao, which is a traditional means of transportation for goods or people in farm areas.
And now we are with Mr. 𝗕𝗲𝘆ście, one of the co-founders of Arka.Asia. Thank you so much for taking us here, sir. Can you tell us about the history of Arka.Asia and how it started?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for coming here in our farm. It's Laguna Ferme de Cebu, Arka village. So Arka.Asia was founded in a search of a solution, no? That seeing that the price every day that the price is getting higher. It was founded actually the pandemic time, and we also find out that the farmers are declining. So we really in a search that nganong nahitabo man ni nga situation nga Philippines is an agricultural country, and then here we are challenged with food prices and inability of supply, and in fact each region is very reliant in supply from other regions and even export products like our rice. So when we did the research, we found out that after all it can be solved. One of the reasons is that because of the unfair trade practices and because of these harsh climate conditions, the farmers are discouraged. And when we visited the farm, the actual farm like this, we see so many people, like the farmers are very hopeless. Some nag-inom, drunk about because of the problems that they're facing. And from there, we see that I think it can be solved, and it can be solved by creating a community. So it's like Arka ni Noah na let's build together an ark for us to survive and find hope.
In 2023, they utilized the concept of a rain shelter technology to build a covered structure with tunnel-like rows and arc-shaped roofs to enable rainwater catchment. The design went through 20 revisions until they came up with a final framework that can withstand strong winds and can be easily assembled using materials widely available, such as bamboo. The rain shelter enables year-round vegetable production, leading to increased yields and higher income for farmers.
When you see other countries like Netherlands or even Israel, they are now deploying rain shelters, and it's very timing right now that you're here in a rainy season. That farmers actually get a challenge during the rain because their crops get destroyed, and they cannot actually go out because of the rain. But because of this rain shelter, they can do productivity 24 hours. And because of that, it's also protected with the screens, so less pest. So it's a sort of protected area. So it's an investment, but it will create, it will enhance it will boost productivity. And from there, it's like one farmer will own four tunnels, which is one shelter.
Okay.
Sort of their ownership. And then the side there, it's their home also. It's a farmer's quarter. So they don't need to go out. They'll be living there. So instead of having no house or this house, it's a sort of parang mayroon na silang habitat, no? So the rain shelter is really a solution to have consistent supply and abundant supply of produce.
Kung kami sa diri ma'am, pag kalipay sa namo nga naa jay kanang atop kay kung init kasagaran mo pahuway magid ka kay kanang init pero nakaka-cover man siya mo nang ganara sad mi diri mo duty nya kung uwan sad mas labing nindot kay bugnaw maka gana ra gid imong paglihok o wala na kay rason ba nga mo kuan pa ka nga unya ako mo duty kay kuan ani dako siya nakatabang sa among mga farmers diri.
Dako jud guys siya og diferensya ma'am kay sa open nga inaani is maglisod jud ta sa mga kuan kay na may mga insect, mga daga mo kuan sa mga tanom kay sa ingon ani medyo close na siya. Protected siya sa init, sa uwan di kay siya dali ra makuan madaot. So dako kay diferensya mas nindot siya og tubo. Kay rain or shine, naraka sa kuan, pwede ra ka makatrabaho.
They also developed a system to automate drip irrigation and made use of moisture and light sensors to ensure precise and efficient management of water.
I think you can see it in other countries like Israel and other countries. It's make it easier. It's like a pipe lang my hole.
Okay.
And then you put an IoT there, it will just automatically irrigate.
Arka's farm village is driven by the members of Sitio Laguna Agricultural Cooperative or SLACO through a contract farming approach. Through this, the farmers already have guaranteed markets through the support of huge restaurant chains and food businesses in the city. They created an app to facilitate data-driven farming, allowing end consumers to easily input their needs. This ensures that the village is promptly informed of the demand they need to meet.
Data is very important, no? Not knowing what to farm, what type of crops, what the specific crops you need, the volume, and what the monitoring of it is very important. So when you have the data, you can analyze, improve, and match it to the consumer, and even analyze what happens to this cycle and how can you improve. And if there's an increase of demand, you can study the first month, second month. So that's the thing that some of the farmers are not really taking advantage. Here before they just grow corn, not knowing where to sell it. What's the price? But for us, we know how many crops do we need, kilos, and when it should be harvested.
This data-driven approach and integration of modern technology has helped increase their yield in their 9-month-long operations.
From the day you started, sir, pila ka buo kilos of vegetables harvest inyong ma-produce compared to now?
Yeah, before we just supply 300 kilos in a one client, and now we are supplying 8 tons of produce in month. And we are now on contract of 15 tons per week.
Wow.
We are not yet delivering it, but that's why we need to build a shelter.
So mga pila na kabuok establishments ang inyong partners?
I think it's more than 100 stores.
Really?
Yeah, but some stores has some brand like Lemon Co, Abaka. They have so many stores.
Yeah.
So they are sourcing directly from us. And also they are proud to have direct connection to the farm.
But according to Neil, these technologies are simply tools. Their greatest asset are the farmers themselves, who they continuously empower and aim to professionalize.
Since Arka is a community-based farming, it's an agri-tech platform, no? So we focus really on improving the lives of the farmers first. So we will look for locations that has community of farmers and the land.
Okay.
And when you have that element, then you can build that element of Arka. So we build a community, we help them build a cooperative, and then from there we have the system wherein we connect this produce to the consumer and creating livelihood, building infrastructures. And now it becomes a system wherein everybody contributes from a farm. Not here is just a farmer. Farmer who do the cooking, farmer who do the soil, farmer who do the work of the Arka, which is they're building these rain shelters. So it's a collaborative work. So you can really see the power of community.
Under their cooperative and contract farming approach, the farmers don't need to wait for their harvest to be sold before they could earn. Here, they receive regular allowances depending on their skill level and quantity of produce.
Kani sila, by level ang ilang source of income. Level 1, level 2, hantod ma level 5 nga mas mo dako na ang ilang income, mas nindot na. So, kuha na kita, nako nila, kuha na dyan, ningkamot ragid, tanom, atimanon, para mas musaka ang level para sa income.
Couple Rena Liza and Celestino could not help but recall the challenges they encountered during their traditional methods of farming back then, often just relying on native corn.
Grabe kalisod, ma'am, kaya mananumtag ka ng mais, ma'am, di man makaon na ng adlaw dayo, dugay pa man, paut man tagpila ka, puro man kasagaran, maharbis.
Maharbis.
Munay, aginod lang idaw sa, munay yung kamang kuntor, putukar ka sa tamaabot. Arang ini, ma'am, kaya naman, natin lawan siya, na natin kanang mapaabot maharbis, kuntra sa ato, tas gawas, maura kita pabuto ni mo, harbis ragi ka.
Kani kay padayon man.
Kani naman tayo lawan sa ni mo makaingon ta arang ni gamay. Kay naman tayo pang gamit-gamit matag adlaw.
This new setup also dignifies their profession, unlike before when middlemen would ask to buy their crops for as low as 5 pesos per kilo.
Sa kuan ma'am, sa una is maglisod mo may sakyan ngadto sa city. So ang nabuhat sa uban nga negosyante moari sa probinsya sa bukid, ang iyong lagbarato sa city mahal na. So moto naka-idea ang Coop or ang Arka nga magbuhat og ingon ani nga pamaagi nga para fair man ba na income ang farmer, nasa income ang Arka o ang kuan sa maning nagpatukod og rain shelter.
Plus, supporting local and sustainable farming practices ensures fresher produce and food security.
You will know where the food came from. And then for example, a taste of tomato, the same red or green. But when you taste it, well, it's more sweeter. This one is not sweeter. because it came from this other region and this one came from here. So meaning nganong tab-ang nganong tamis because it lacks nutrients because of the travel time, and and this one is sweeter because so that's really the importance of having supporting local. And of course it's a nation that is a healthy nation, is a productive nation.
Protecting our farmers isn't just about nurturing the hands that feed us. It's investing in a future where communities thrive and where the dream of the Philippines being a global player on food production can be a lived reality.
Kana mamong pulos na sad buwata way mangumam mamuragwa nakita gulay sa lungsod. Usa ko ka proud farmer kay katabang ko sa mga kinahanglan sad og kanang mga produkto gikan sa dinhi ba sa bukid.
Usa ako ka kanan ang farmer, proud ako nga kana na ang makatabang sa ko sa nanginahanglan sa amo ang produkto para lang makatabang sad mi ba.
Today, we've learned that by empowering our local farmers, we ensure fresher and more nutritious produce, we reduce our carbon footprints by minimizing transportation, and we also bolster our local economy. Through these sustainable practices, with, of course, continuous research and technology, we get to continue our role in being responsible stewards of the earth. This has been Andy for AnDiscoveries.